Hello, welcome to another video. My name's Michael, and today I'm going to be sharing my top 10 favorite wands. Now, all of them that I own, I love all of them. They're all great. I'm not going to do like my least favorite wand video because I love all of them. But I think these that I'm going to share today kind of stand out as really unique designs that I like. I also get the question a lot since sharing these videos. So what wand should I buy? What wand should I be getting? And so maybe you really like one of these too, and you could start collecting there and see where it goes. So let's get started. So these aren't necessarily in any particular order, but the first one I'm going to share is going to be Queenie Goldstein's wand. So Queenie's is one of my favorite because of the completely unique design. It came out with the Fantastic Beasts movies and the Mother of Pearl design, the Art Deco handle. It's meant to be made of rosewood. The shaft bit of it, I have a rosewood wand and this doesn't look like rosewood, but you know, I'm not a wand expert, so I'm not really sure. But and that's not necessarily canon that her wand is made of rosewood, but at least it was in the movie that's what hers was made out of, and then has the shell sculpture. So just because it's so different from everything else, I don't think there are any other wands that have shell designs, and so it's just so pretty, and it reminds me of Haley. It's one of her favorite wands, so that's what makes it one of my favorites too. Next is going to be the Death Eater Snake Wand. I guess, picked one from each kind of self-made category of wands. So this would be my favorite Death Eater kind of spooky wand. This is the one that is my go-to whenever I do my Death Eater cosplay, and it's mostly just because of the way it can be held. Because of that kind of ergonomic shape, it's just really fun to hold, and then it comes out and twists, and it's just like I like to hold it to people's necks when I'm taking Death Eater pictures with them. So it's very threatening, and I love the snake. I love the kind of the skull coming out of it. It's really spooky, and it's very fun to hold, and it looks good in my Death Eater sheath that's part of my costume. So this is one of my favorite spooky wands, so that's why it makes a list. Next is going to be the Non-Interactive Birch wand. This one is my favorite, I think, because of the shaft part. It just looks like a bone. It looks super scary. Maybe that's a theme of some of these wands, why I like them so much. And it's so different from all the other ones. A lot of the designs really try to make it look like wood. And this, I guess, looks like some kind of really pale wood as compared to like a dark brown wood like most of the wands look like. It's got the Death Eater skull length and then George's handle. And so it's kind of a Frankenstein of those two. But I really like this one compared to the redesign, the interactive birch wand, because they put this really dark finish on it, and I just think this looks better. Just because all of them, the interactive ones, kind of blend together because they're all brown, this one sticks out as one that's a lot more unique. So that's why it makes one of my favorites. So the next wand is going to be Nicolas Flamel's wand. Another very, very unique design from the Crimes of Grindelwald movie. I love the gold feature as well as the horn on top. Again, another fun ergonomic wand. The horn really wraps around your hand well. So Nicolas Flamel was a real person, and so he lived, I believe he was born in 1330, and in the Harry Potter universe, he went to Beauxbatons because he lived in France, and so he was a French student, and so this is a really, really, really old wand in canon. He's had it for a very long time, assuming he's only had one wand, which I can assume. He's immortal. He's got tons of gold. He probably took really good care of his wand. So I love this one a lot. I love that he was a French Beauxbaton student. There's a statue of him and Pernell, his wife, at Beauxbatons, and they donate to Beauxbatons to patrons. So just with the French connection, I like this one a lot, and just the horn. They did a really good job on this. It really does look like a horn. Like the paint job on it is a really, really good job. So that's why it makes the list. Next is going to be Harry Potter's wand from the Cursed Child. Now, if you saw my 100 wand videos, you'll know that this was my 100th wand, my 100th licensed wand. So you can get the wands from the Cursed Child show. This was designed by Christine Jones, who was a set decorator for Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. She was saying in an interview that the design is meant to be like the roots of a tree and the veins of a heart to symbolize Harry's connection to his family, which I think is beautiful. It's a very long wand. It's got a really big handle, so lots of grip space there. It's very comfortable to hold. There's a slight bend to it, which you can see there. So it's not perfectly straight, but it's a little curved. carved, and so I think again that adds to the fun of it to hold. So it's got kind of a knobbly bottom there, no initials on the bottom like the other Cursed Child wands some of them have, but Harry's is great. So it was cool that it's got that story connected to it, that it was a really inspirational design connected to Harry. So with him being one of the stars of the show, he should have a very special wand, so it's very special. Coming in next, we're going to have Albus Dumbledore's original wand design. So this is the wand he had before he got the Elder Wand, so his kind of original wand design. It was redesigned from a previous design that was in the Crimes of Grindelwald movies, so I prefer this design a lot more. The curving root is so cool, the runes on it. I looked it up, and in canon, it's possible that this wand would have been sold to Dumbledore by Gerbold Ollivander, so Garrick Ollivander's father. The timeline works out that way, that he was probably the Ollivander in charge of the store when Dumbledore got his wand. So it's kind of a different design maybe from what Ollivander would have done, but it's got all the cool runes around it. I've done an unboxing of this wand and talk about the runes, kind of the meanings behind that, so definitely check that out. The handle with the weight, because these are metal parts here, so with the weight of it and then just the lightness of the rest of it, it's got a great balance. That's another feature, as I'm sure you've heard me say already, of why some of these are my favorite, just because they're fun. I mean, it's just really comfortable to hold, and it's great to be casting spells with something that feels right. A lot of the wands have like metal rods in them that make them really heavy, and the balance is really off, like Draco's especially. I found that Draco's is one of my least favorite to hold because it's like just long and straight and it has the metal rod in it, it's super heavy. But this is just light and elegant and just nice to have. So that's why he's one of my favorites also. Next wand is going to be my favorite interactive wand. So this is the one that I'll most often bring to the parks, and that's the interactive Willow wand. Willow is a combination of two designs like most of the other interactive wands are. I think this is closest to Fenrir Greyback's kind of a shaft here, and then this one I'm not 100% certain on yet. There are hints that this one might be related to Barty Crouch Jr. Barty Crouch Jr., you don't really see him using his wand. You do see him use like Morse Mortar in the Quidditch World Cup kind of aftermath in the movie, but you don't really see like the wand itself. You don't really see a lot of details. There is this wand art book that is sold in this set that's $200 that I'm probably not going to ever buy, that has this design in it, and I believe you can see in some pictures that it looks like it might be his wand, but I'm not really sure. I don't own the book. I haven't seen a really good high quality scan of it, so I don't know. But anyway, that might be where this design came from. But this was redesigned when they went from the interactive, the non-interactive to interactive wands, and I love the newer designs. All four of the newer designs I think are much better, in my opinion, than the original. So again, great to hold. You can grab it there by the bulb. You can hold it there comfortably. So this is the one that I like going into the parks and casting the spells with. This one's my favorite. So it also fits really well in bags. That's something else to think about. Some of the wands, if you're going to be traveling with them, like if you want to put it in a wand pocket in a robe, or if you want to put it in a backpack or something else, this one is still long enough to feel like a wand. Some of them are pretty short and stubby, and then some of them are quite long and don't really fit in backpacks. So this is like the perfect length for me. So that's why it's my go-to when I go to Universal Studios. Now the next one just has to make the list because I think it's just a requirement, and that is going to be the Elder Wand. The Elder Wand has always been one of my favorites. This was the third wand I ever owned. I got it for Christmas from my parents, and it's just a classic. I mean, how can you not love the most powerful wand that's out there? So it's supposed to, in canon, have a thestral tail hair, which is very hard to tame, and so that's why it's been kind of passed down through the centuries. It's got a really bloody history. It's been called the Death Stick, the Wand of Destiny. All these super dark wizards have claimed to own it. Emmerich the Evil and all kinds of other terrible wizards that have done terrible things. Grindelwald, and then of course it ended up with Dumbledore, and then it ended up with Harry, and then supposedly the chain of the Elder Wand is supposed to be broken by now because Harry, assuming Harry died a natural death, which I don't really know in canon if he did or not, but if he does, then the chain of the Elder Wand will have been broken. But anyway, so one of my favorites, love twirling it around. It's got a great balance to it. Multiple places to hold it. You can hold it like Dumbledore did down here. You can hold it like Voldemort did, kind of up in the upper bulb area. So very fun to hold, very fun to twirl. Just a great wand to have in general. So definitely one of my favorites. Second to last is going to be Minerva McGonagall's wand. I believe that this was like the fourth wand I ever got, like just after Dumbledore's. McGonagall is one of my favorite characters in the entire series. I just really relate to her, how she's kind of stern, kind of a rule follower, but she's willing to bend the rules when it's really important. So McGonagall's is one of my favorite characters and also one of my favorite wand designs. This was originally seen in Chamber of Secrets, which is why it has kind of more the lathe style. Almost all of the early wands have just kind of a symmetrical lathe design rather than the ones that came after A Prisoner of Azkaban that have more of the kind of unique carved designs. So hers is retained from there. This little thing on here has popped off many times. I've had to super glue it back on several times, so I'm always careful when I hold this one, even though it's one of my favorites. So she holds it very high up. So this is the one that has Fera Verto. This is the one that says Per Totem Locomortar and awakens all of the Hogwarts statues. Iconic moment in the series. So McGonagall's she's just a badass, and so her wand is it's supposed to be fur and dragon heartstring according to her Pottermore bio, and I think like 9.5 inches. This is significantly longer than that. So it's a great wand all around, and definitely glad to have it as part of the collection. So I said the wands weren't really being shown in any particular order, and that's for the most case true. These are all top 10. But the last one I want to share, I think, definitely is my favorite of all time. And that is going to be the Celebration of Harry Potter 2018 wand. This is the most unique design, I think, of all the wands that are out there. When I got my 100 wand collection, I put all of them in a circle to take a picture for Instagram. And you can see that as the cover photo for most of the 100 wand videos. This is the only one that has a silver tip. All of the other ones have black or brown or some other thing. You can look at that picture. This one stands out as having the only like metallic tip on it. It's got these bands. It's the interactive wand, so it's got the bead on the end, so you can use this to cast spells in the park. It's just my favorite. The Celebration of Harry Potter was one of the best events that I've ever been to, and them releasing these special wands that aren't tied to a character, that aren't tied to a specific person, that aren't even based off any of the wands that we've seen before. It's completely new. It's completely unique. Never seen it before. So I've said it in previous videos, but I really hope that Universal continues to put out special wands like this, like the Collector's Edition 2019 wand I've shown in previous videos. Excellent being able to collect new wands, interactive wands that are a lot of fun. I am really excited to see the Harry Potter store that's opening in New York City. They said that there's going to be 4 house edition wands that are supposed to come out with that. I'm kind of wondering if maybe they'll be interactive. Maybe there'll be interactive spell locations in that store. I think that'd be super cool. So long as they're not like, you know, a snake wrapped around a piece of wood. I don't want to see that. I want to see like creative designs like this, unique things that we've never seen before from the movies or from anywhere else. Cursed Child, Universal Studios, this is the kind of design that I want to see. New stuff that we haven't seen before. So it's always been one of my favorites. It will continue to be one of my favorites until they put out something better, but we'll see. I don't think so. This one always going to be in my heart. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that maybe this inspired you to start collecting some wands for yourself. If you're new to collecting, please put in the comments below any questions you have. I'm happy to get on there and answer them. Also, tell me what your favorite wand is. There's lots of different designs out there from all across the Harry Potter universe. So let me know what those are down below. Give us a like if you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe for future content. Keep the magic alive, and we'll see you later. Bye.